Welcome to another edition of Raya's Power International. Today's video is entitled Understanding and Preventing Muscle Cramps. What I'm going to do is take a look at muscle contraction on the cellular level and identify what minerals are needed to create a contraction. That way we'll have an idea of what might be missing in our diets causing the cramps. And then I'm going to take a look at the possible causes of the mineral deficiencies. When a muscle contracts, the muscle fibers shorten, increasing tension in the muscle. Once a contraction is completed, the muscle fibers lengthen and the tension is released. However, during a muscle cramp, the muscle contracts and the fibers remain shortened and are unable to lengthen. On the cellular level, a muscle contraction starts when the central nervous system sets off electrical signals that eventually reach muscle cells, releasing calcium ions from the cell's sarcoplasmic reticulum. And this is where calcium ions are stored. This calcium pump, as it's called, is powered by sodium ions that rush out of the sarcoplasmic reticulum. Now, the calcium ions cause contractile threads called myofibrils to contract under the power of ATP. The calcium ions are then pumped back into the sarcoplasmic reticulum via a small electrical charge generated by magnesium. This in turn stimulates potassium ions to flow out of the cell, producing muscle cell relaxation. A lack of sodium would prevent the sodium ions from being strong enough to power the calcium pump. The calcium would remain in the myofibrils, forcing the muscle to remain contracted and causing a cramp. So, a lack of sodium, calcium, magnesium, or potassium during a muscle contraction can cause a muscle to cramp. People often ask what causes the soreness after a muscle cramp, and this is due to small ruptures within the muscle caused by the cramp. Now, after experiencing a muscle cramp, many people also wonder what triggered the cramp in the first place, and there are a number of possible causes. The 5 most common causes of muscle cramps in order of occurrence are: number 1, medication. The number 1 cause of muscle cramps in America today is medications with a diuretic effect, such as high blood pressure medicine, high cholesterol medicine, or the corticosteroid prednisone. These drugs increase the body's secretion of electrolytes. Number 2, too little calcium due to acid reflux or digestive problems. In these 2 cases, there isn't enough acid to break down the ingested calcium, so the calcium doesn't get metabolized. However, apple cider vinegar will make the stomach more acidic and will help mobilize the calcium into the tissues. The 3rd most common cause of cramps is too little magnesium. As stated earlier, during a contraction, magnesium is also needed to transport calcium back into the muscle cell to release potassium, which relaxes the muscle. Calcium and magnesium go hand in hand. A calcium-magnesium supplement in a 1-to-1 ratio is recommended by most physicians. The 4th most common cause of cramps is too little potassium. Again, when a muscle contracts, sodium and calcium enter the muscle cell and potassium leaves the cell. The released potassium relaxes the muscle. A deficiency in potassium may result from not eating enough vegetables or from too much stress. Sugar consumption also depletes potassium. Humans need about 4,700 milligrams of potassium per day. Most people don't even come close to ingesting that much potassium. The 5th and final possible cause of muscle cramps on our list today is dehydration. Fluid depletion causes nerve endings to become sensitized, triggering contractions in the space around the nerves and increasing pressure on motor nerve endings. Now, aside from this list, there are other possible causes of muscle cramps. They would include poor circulation. Now, poor circulation means muscles don't get sufficient electrolytes or hydration. Working muscles too hard. The nerves running from the brain and spinal cord down to the muscles become overexcited and cramp. Too much sitting. The muscles become hyperactive and cramp. Not stretching enough. This may cause muscles to become tight and then cramp. So overall, if we take all this information and put it together, what do we learn? Overall, preventing muscle cramps requires sufficient quantities of water and electrolytes while maintaining an exercise program that includes stretching.
I'd like to thank everybody for watching today's video. I've been power bodybuilding now for 37 years, and I want to share that information with you. So if you've enjoyed today's video, please subscribe and share with your friends.